What's going on, YouTube? Chris here. Want to bring you all an update today of Ethereum. We're going to look at Link, XRP, Tezos, and Digibyte. Those are the 5 we're going to be looking at today. Excited to be here with you all. We're going to start in here on Ethereum. And what I wanted to point out here is Ethereum's trying to find some support off this 15 moving average, which is common. We've talked about that. Typically in uptrends, we'll find support off that area or off this 30. And what we're getting is a little bit of a tweezer bottom here. We're going to have to see where the day ends up closing, but this would be a tweezer bottom, and that may be the spot that we go up and try to get through this purple trend line that I have. This trend line here, just like we did last time in Link, whenever you break out of these, a lot of the times you get a nice candle close and it's on more volume, you'll get that next shot to the upside. And my overhead resistance target that we're going to try to get over first is going to be about $417 for Ethereum if we're able to continue to find this higher low here and make this next move to the upside. That would be the area I'm going to target, and then I'd want to turn that into support, but it'd start with this little trend line break. And it's almost like we're getting a real tight little pennant type deal that we have here. And what you typically have with that, you have one of these pulls up like we have, and then you're going to have a retracement on less volume, which we're having right now, and then you'll get that next shot to the upside. So we're going to have to see if this is the area with these potential tweezer bottoms where we're going to find some support and make that next move to the upside. We're sitting at $384 right now. If we don't hold that area, I'm going to look down to $332 to find support. That's going to correlate with the 30 moving average, and it's also going to be a previous resistance that we want to turn into support. Our RSI is back down to 65, which is a good thing because we got so overextended up into those 90s. We need this market to cool down so it can make that next push to the upside. So that's important that we are cooling off. The area I would look at to find support if we do cool off a little bit more would roughly be about that 50, I would say even 50 mark. 55 right in that range, because a lot of times when you're moving in an uptrend, our RSI won't get much below that 45, 50 right in that range. You're not going to have those big deep pullbacks into the 20 on your RSI. So that's something that you do have to be aware of, that it won't go to those oversold areas. A lot of times you'll just cool down, get it out of those 90s and 80s, and then it pumps again. So just be aware of that, okay? So that's going to be Ethereum. If you get some from that, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, trying for 200 likes on this video. We're going to go from ETH, and then we'll take a look at Link next. And congratulations to the people who've been in Link. I know some people were writing that down, that you've been in it, guys. These are the trades. That's the one you're looking for right there, this 19%, just blasting off right now. Like I said, I'm not in a Link position. I played it twice, been in other coins just because of some of the things I was seeing with Link. But, you know, guys, this is the crypto space. Like I said, when it wants to pump, doesn't really matter what the RSI is doing. Doesn't matter if there's negative divergence. When money comes in, money's going to come in, and we've had this blue sky breakout. And the nice thing about Link and looking at even Tezos, which we're going to get into, once you get out over top of that previous resistance, it's a blue sky breakout, and then prices can run basically as far as they want to go, you know, and that's the exciting thing about it. You just don't have that overhead resistance. Okay, so this is a nice strong move here. We're gonna have to see where the volume finishes for the day. Right now we're almost at that average point, and we still have plenty of more time left in the trading day. You can see here, guys, we just cooled off for about 2 days before we've got that next pump to the upside. And this is why I like to look at these indicators, because it seems like we've been getting pullbacks to our 15 and this 30. So you see this last time we had a retracement. Once we hit $9, that was a blue sky breakout. We retraced back to that 30 before we started pumping again. Okay, so now we're starting to get a little overextended past these, but this is still the spot, guys. If these whales want to put money in, we could be looking at, you know, Tezos up at $16, $17, $20 very fast, and then we'll have to see what takes place, because sometimes you get those really long wicks. Guys are going to take their profits, and the market's going to start selling off again. But I love the direction that Link is going here. All the moving averages are up. RSI right now, just so you be aware, is at 82. Last time, once it got up to roughly about 86 was where profit started to get taken. This little tweezer top up here got to about 86, 87, and then we had the retracement, and the RSI went back to about 50. So be aware of that when we're having these retracements, 50s and 60s is where you're going to most likely, if we continue this trend, want to be picking these up when the RSI is down there, if it's bouncing off the 30 or off that 15, and we're seeing a bullish candlestick pattern. That's what I like to look at, guys. But congratulations. Awesome for everybody who's in that Link right now. The next one we're going to be getting into is XRP. XRP has been a fun one to trade too. I've traded this quite a few times. I've been out of it. But right now, what I like to see for XRP, if we're able to close today, it's almost like those tweezer bottoms again. These are longer wicks. And typically when we have above 2% wicks, we'll get a little bit of a reversal. So let's take a look here. We haven't closed yet today, so be aware of that. But the wick from yesterday was about 5%. So sometimes that can show you that that may be the bottom. That may be our high or low off this 15, and then we're going to make our reaction to come back up here and test the highs again. The highs off the real body candle closes 0.31083. So 31 cents is what I'm going to be looking at for us to get over top. If we get over top of that, it'll be around that 34 cents, 0.34134. In terms of support, if we do start dropping back down, let's take a look at that 30 moving average. And that's going to be around roughly about 25 cents. Would be an area I bet some people would be stepping in heavy there, and they'd be stepping in heavy at about 23.5 cents if it does get back to that point. RSI right now is at 64. Okay, so that's going to be XRP. You like me covering that, let me know down low. And then we'll get into Tezos next, and then we'll do Digibyte. Tezos has been one I have been playing. Got in, I think it was around 411, 412, right in that range. It's been kind of letting it go right now. We're up above our 15, up above our 30, up above our 60. And what you can see here, and this is where it got a few people here. So we broke out above previous highs, right? We had a candle close up above it, and it was on heavier volume. And then we almost had that little like crash where it just real fast, guys, dropped all the way back down to $3.72. Right. And that's the thing about this market. It can move so fast and so aggressively. So like today, we've been down to $3.61 and as high as $4.42. Like that's how much this market is going to move. But we had a candle close up above this resistance. Then we had a candle close right below it. And then today, let's see if we can get another candle close up above it and maybe start making those moves, because same deal. As you take a look here, we potentially could have those blue sky breakouts. You know, it's looking similar to like what Link did. If we went back to Link, you can see how it was up and it was down. And then we got to this overhead resistance and we broke through it. We found it as support and then we just blasted off. And you can see a lot of money has been moving into this. It's been moving in and out, but that's heavy volume that's coming in. So I'm also looking at Tezos here. And like I said, I'm letting a small position just continue to ride. Just let this thing roll, see what happens. And if it drops lower, I would probably want to add a little bit more onto that as well, because I feel like this could almost do what Link did, maybe not to the same extent, but down the road here. Okay, so overall, I would like for support, we'd want to hold about $3.37 is going to be the area that I'm going to look down to. Then and start looking at these moving averages in terms of what we need to stay over, in my opinion, right now. And candle close above today is going to be roughly about $4.05. RSI is up at 71 right now, so we need to be aware of that. And we're having a little bit of a try factor up here with these wicks, but obviously we're going to have to wait to see where the candle closes today. Okay, but that's going to be Tezos, guys. You want me to keep throwing that one in, let me know down low, and we'll take a look at that. And also just the trading view technicals on this, we're looking at a 4 sell, 7 neutral, 17 buy oscillators, 3 sell, 6 neutral, and a 2 buy there. Next, we're going to be getting into Digibyte. Excuse me. All right, in Digibyte, we're having a little bit of a longer wick up here today. So we ended up pushing up to about that 0.03351. We saw a little bit of rejection here. Now we're having a fight. It's almost looking like it's a little bit too big of a body, but almost like a long leg doji. So it's a pretty good fight between the bulls and the bears right now. So overall, the bulls are going to want to close up above that area of that 0.03344. In terms of support, I want to keep holding this 15 moving average at 0.02743 is going to be the area that we're looking at. Moving average is all still moving up. So if you're a longer term holder or investor, this is where you want to continue to let those positions run. Not financial advice, but this is the time, guys. You're going to deal with fluctuations just like this, how you have a massive pump, then you have that retracement, and then you move again. You're going to have these breathing points, but right now the trend is up. And you can see when we broke out of this symmetrical triangle, it did come on heavier volume, much heavier than average volume, and that's a good sign. We back tested and now we're moving again. So for Digibyte, you know, RSI is up at 68. I just want to see us get over top of that high and continue to keep this moving. So if you guys get something from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless each and every one of you. Take care, my friends.